Hey guys, welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. Interesting one here. Dale Watson's Call Me Insane. I don't know if this is going to be funny or sad, and it's a gift request of David Baumer. So David, thank you for this gift and request. Of course, anytime I see a title like this, I think a Waylon song, which is the greatest song title of all time. Like I've always been crazy, but it's kept me from going insane. And I just love that perspective. So let's see what we've got here. It's been a while since I've done a Dale song. The last time I did, let's see, a Dale song, Ray Benson, the Ray Benson, liked it and shared my reaction to his and Dale Watson's duet, Feeling Haggard. So we'll see where this goes. Country My Ass. I did that one very early, about 8 years ago. I did Dale's Jonesin' for Jones, and it was blocked. And then I was able to re-upload it years later successfully, so that's kind of weird. I did a real country song, Carrying On This Way. My Baby Makes Me Gravy. Mamas Don't Let Your Cowboys Grow Up to Be Babies. I Lie When I Drink. And now we're up to Call Me Insane. There you go. There's the library, people.
Country music ain't dead, friends. This next performance is Exhibit A. Here's my good pal Dale Watson's insight into the title cut off his 2015 album, Call Me Insane.
There's Ray Ray.
Dale, when people ask, I already tell them, you're insane. I mean, straight crazy, the way we like it.
The title track is called Call Me Insane. I don't write a lot of slow songs these days, but I wrote this because of, I heard it was attributed to Albert Einstein. I'm not sure if he said it, but the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. I applied it to, falling in love or trying to have that thing. Call Me Insane definitely, it can apply it. It's a good album title because putting out so many albums and expecting a different result is nuts. But I've learned to do my music and hopefully it gets embraced. And if it does, that's great. If it doesn't, moving on.
I can't wait till he does his song on the theory of relativity. Came in very down tempo. Did not expect that.
Call me insane.
Yeah, it sounds like Merle.
I've been here many times, thinking things would change with a new frame of mind. Call me insane. Put my heart on the line.
Yep.
When it still ends the same. Call me insane. Will I ever learn? Ever tire of the burn?
Nice line.
Or is my destiny this insanity? There's still hope in my heart.
Yeah.
But that part is never smart, 'cause it still ends the same. So call me insane.
such an interesting pitch. Are those loose strings, guys?
Well, I have learned, ever tired of the burn. Where's my destiny? This insanity. There's still hope in my heart, but that part is never smart, 'cause it still ends the same. Some call me insane. It still ends the same. So call me insane. 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 I guess I'm
That was poignant. It's very different than what I was expecting based on the intro. A title like that generally expect comedy, but I've learned over the decades that words, especially in the hands of creatives, which songwriters are, titles can be taken in any direction. There's license, artistic and creative license, where call me insane, it could actually be, leave off the don't call me insane. And that could be how the story and the narrative is fleshed out, is the opposite of what the title says. You never know. But you get ideas in your head. I do, certainly, having done 5,000 or 6,000 reactions at this point. You get ideas in your head about what might be coming. And we're influenced by our past, and Waylon songs, certainly. There's a logic to it, but there's a humor to it. This one was not what I was expecting, and I really liked that. It really had an eloquence to it, certainly. I could relate to this. I think almost everybody can, because you only get so many spins around the sun, and you're trying to figure things out, and we're social creatures. And that sort of makes us want to figure things out about how to get along with others. If we care about getting along with others, we generally want to be in relationship with one other person. I mean, that's kind of the ideal, because you meet somebody and you're like, wow, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's whatever you're looking for in a woman that works for you chemistry-wise. You're like, I want to be with her. And then presumably she wants to be with you. And then so you live together, you get married, whatever you do, and you want it to work. That's the general blueprint in our head, because inertia is also another vital part or impactful part of life, where we don't want to make changes. We don't want to go through the inconvenience of breaking up. There's a reason we kind of when we're around the house, we tend to like to wear the same clothes. It's just we know what works, and that's what we like. And then making changes, literally and figuratively, inertia is a tremendous force, and we don't want to make changes. And there's the rub. We only get so many spins around the sun. We're getting older, and our relationships haven't worked out. And then you start to question yourself. Anybody who has empathy for others and a brain will say to themselves, how do I make things work better? What do I have to do to change to make it? What am I willing to give up? And I know numbers of people who are willing to give up nothing. And so they will just continue to be exactly who they are. They tend to be not bulls in a china shop, but bulls that carry their china shop with them. And so wherever they go, they might be super bossy. They might be super belligerent. They might be, I'm all of that, prideful and all that. And they're going to wind up alone. But those who really want to be with somebody can say, well, what am I willing to give up? Then you get into the second or third order of thinking and saying, well, am I misguided in really wanting to be with somebody? Not everybody's cut out to live with one other person. And then you wonder, man, is this my destiny? In the few trips around the sun that I have left, maybe you get 30 more, if you're 50, you get ballpark. According to actuary tables and demographics, you get on average about 30 more spins around the sun, give or take a few. And as you get older, you're not as vibrant as you were. And then you start thinking, wow, I might not be able to get somebody. So what do I change? And what changes can I make that are sustainable? Because we all have preferences. Now, preferences can be sacrificed to some extent. But the things that we value, like if you like to work out, or if you like to just relax on Sundays, or whatever you value, if you value peace of mind, or whatever it is that you deeply value, then you got to decide whether you can sacrifice that or not. Generally speaking, no. And you need to find somebody who can align themselves with those values, or at least respect them. And you have to do the same for them. So you see, this is the type of song, David, that will get me going, because it's the product of deeper thought and reflection. Obviously, anybody who's willing to quote Einstein, who's even aware of Einstein's quotes. And Einstein taught a half hour from where I grew up. He taught 20 minutes from where I went to school at Rutgers. I was a philosophy major at Rutgers, and we had joint conferences with Princeton, because at the time, Rutgers, NYU, and Princeton were 1, 2, and 3 in the country in their philosophy departments. And now Rutgers is either 1 or 2, and Princeton is like number 10, and NYU is 1 or 2, whatever. Very heady stuff. And we had joint conferences there. And whenever we went down to Princeton, you'd go into the shops and you'd see Albert Einstein stuff all over the place. This is his most famous quote, arguably. But I'd love to see what Dale does with the theory of relativity and, relationships and such. So, all right, I'm going to have to stop on this one because I'll keep going, David. But I'm going to rate I love the instrumentation in this too. I wasn't expecting it. The guitar sound was very different. I don't know instruments well, but how you create the sound specifically. But it sounded like he had strings that maybe were either very heavy gauge or loose or both, because there was nothing high pitched about it. So he wanted those long drawn out notes. The steel was similar. The number that popped into my head was a 9.3. It told a story. Am I insane? Am I nuts? Keep trying the same thing over and over again. So should I just give up trying, or should I try differently in a different way? Everybody has this problem. Anybody really with a conscience has this problem. People without a conscience toward others don't care about these sorts of things. So there you go. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. Good God. Good Lord, Lori. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.
'Cause it still ends the same. So call me insane.